heartwarming acts of kindness caught on video. Number 10. One Last Shot. Challenged with a mental disability, young Mitchell Marcus hadn't been able to partake in a game he's loved since his early childhood, basketball. To fulfill his love of the game, Mitchell serves as team manager for the Thunderbirds at Coronado High School in El Paso, Texas. During the last game of the season, Coach Peter Morales sought to surprise his assistant by putting him in the game. But that's not where this feel-good story ends. After several unsuccessful shots to the basket, Jonathan Montanez, a rival player from Franklin High School, tossed Mitchell the ball, allowing him one last and successful shot. As the ball passed the basket's netting, the entire gymnasium erupted in a deafening roar for Mitchell Marcus. Number 9. Making a youngin's day. Even the simplest acts of kindness may have more of an impact than you could ever know. During his normal garbage route, Manuel made an unscheduled stop to visit a small autistic boy named Daniel. The cordial visit turned to a pleasant surprise for Daniel and his family when the garbage man presented the young boy with a gift, a toy garbage truck. What makes this moment all the more special, and why you never know what your generosity may mean to someone, is that Daniel had recently broken a garbage truck toy. Number 8. Shirt off your back. You know, New Yorkers may get a bad rap for being rude, thoughtless, and way too absorbed in their own lives.
I'm walking here!
But 23-year-old paralegal Joey Resto put all of that to rest during a routine Friday night subway ride. During his trip, Resto noticed a shivering, shirtless, homeless man, and without thinking twice, literally took the shirt off his own back and handed it to his fellow passenger. The homeless man accepted the act of kindness silently, possibly shocked by the unexpected kindness and loving act of a complete stranger. Number 7.
Greenville, South Carolina grocery store employee Brandon Rollins was going about a day like any other when he saw an opportunity to help. A frail, elderly customer half his size was making her way into the parking lot, and Brandon went out of his way to make sure she got where she was going safely. He took her by the hand and walked alongside her, not knowing that a customer was watching and shooting heartwarming video. Bo Graff posted his video to Facebook, where it quickly went viral and earned Brandon a spot on the local evening news. Bo told reporters that he had approached Brandon after witnessing his gesture of kindness to let him know how much it was appreciated, but that the kid had acted like it was simply no big deal, which, as Bo pointed out, is really the kind of attitude that the world needs to see.
Number 6. The ultimate act of sportsmanship. If there's any reason to show kindness to your fellow person, consider who may be watching. The youngest of children have the capacity to show compassion if they're shown the importance of it. During this youth football game, the ball is handed off to tiny Jake Steiner, a boy simply described as a special player. As Jake makes his way down the field, his teammates swarm around him to protect him, but it's not needed. As the Cougar scurries to the end zone, the opposing team, with as much subtlety as possible, drops to the ground, allowing Steiner the chance to score. Number 5. The other side of the law. In the United States specifically, the law has been experiencing an incredible amount of bad press. Not all officers of the law deserve the negativity, however, as we can see in this amateur footage caught by an anonymous bystander. Deputy Constable Felix Berrigan of Houston, Texas, had approached a panhandler in a busy intersection when things took an unexpected turn. After the distressed individual broke down and told Berrigan that he needed $49 to return to his family in Seattle, the officer's compassion kicked in and, rather than force the man off the street or arrest him, he simply assumed his story was real and handed him $100. Number 4.
Employees at the Qdoba restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky take pride in going out of their way for their customers. Among their many regulars is a woman that employee Ridge Quarles describes as a very nice lady with disabilities who isn't able to get out of the house very often but loves to eat at her neighborhood Qdoba when she can. Employees know her order by heart, but one day when she was having a particularly tough time, she had an unusual request for Ridge. After placing her regular order, she asked Ridge if he might be able to help feed her, and the young man didn't think twice before agreeing. Several other customers noticed the exchange, and one shot some video, which he shared to social media. The big-hearted gesture brought local news to the friendly restaurant, but Ridge insists that he was only doing what anyone else would have done. Employees of a Vancouver, Washington donut shop could tell that something was wrong with one of their drive-thru customers one morning in early 2016. The unidentified woman was visibly upset, and when one young employee asked if he could help, the woman confided that she had lost her 37-year-old husband just the previous night. The 19-year-old employee, Pierce Dunn, asked the woman if he could pray with her, which she said would help. Amazingly, several other employees dropped what they were doing and leaned out the drive-thru window to participate in an impromptu prayer circle.
Number 2. The power of many. If you pay attention to the world today, it's easy to get discouraged. People en masse are engaged in unending race wars. So when we came across this incredible video of dozens of bystanders teaming together to save just one man who took an unfortunate misstep, we had to share it. At the Perth station in Australia, when a passenger finds himself trapped between the train and platform, teams of people work to tip the train to free him. Greatness in numbers. It doesn't get much better than that. Number 1. Friendly support. We've had our hearts warmed by the kind acts of children, but this one is more than just a touching act. It's a true sign of humanity and friendship. Faced with the reality that her cancer-stricken friend would lose her hair from treatment, 9-year-old Cameron Renfro decided to shave her own head to show support.